So it's been about a month now since I told you guys that we moved into a new house and that this house has a spare room that I was going to use as my Halloween / video production studio. I mentioned that once I got it all set up, I would give you guys a tour. So, as promised, this is that tour. Alright, so to be totally honest, this room is actually not totally complete. It's about 95%. I just couldn't wait anymore to show you guys. So I wanted a space that I could use as my production studio of sorts, but that also would sort of honor the past 4 years of my life doing the yard hunt. So each corner of the room is dedicated to a different year. But before I show you all that, being that this is my studio, the centerpiece is my workstation. So the workstation itself is actually a custom-built PC. I'll go ahead and put all of the specs up here on the screen for those of you who are interested in that sort of thing. I've got a dual screen set up, which I've actually had for a really long time. It makes it really easy to edit on one side while I have whatever else I need on the other side. I've got a pair of Behringer studio monitors. There's actually an unboxing video of these on my channel. They're definitely not top of the line or anything, but they work pretty well. I'm very happy with them. As I mentioned in the update video last month, I am planning on getting into doing gaming videos, so I wanted to have a setup where when I'm sitting here and playing the game, you have the backdrop behind me. I have this microphone mounted here that I can pull out and speak into as I need to. So that's pretty cool. And behind this camera I actually have the permanently mounted camera there, which that's the one that'll actually be recording my face as I play the games. And then over on this side I have the a lot of the games laid out that I plan on doing. I don't want to spoil it by going through all those stuff, but you can kind of see a little bit of it right here. The only thing is, don't look under the desk, because I never have been very good at cable management. So, we'll just pretend it's nice and organized under there. Alright, so now let's get to the reason why you're all here, and that is the Halloween stuff. So like I mentioned, I kind of wanted each corner of the room to represent a different year of the yard hunt, as well as the Deadwood Cemetery, which of course was the main attraction. So the reason why I said this room is about 95% complete is because I have not yet hung up the Deadwood Cemetery sign. The intention is to put cemetery sign up here above this door. The reason I haven't yet is because it actually broke during the move, which is very, very sad. Right now it's hard to see, I have it held together with some zip ties. So I've got to find a way to repair that before I can actually mount it up on the wall. I was very, very heartbroken whenever that sign got broken. So, as a reminder, the first themed year that we did for Halloween was the zombie quarantine zone. So over here in the corner I have the toxic waste barrel that I made. This is what originally had the candy in it for the trick-or-treaters that year. And then technically this zombie was not around for that year, but I felt like it was appropriate to put him inside the waste barrel like he's coming out. There's a creepy black light in there shining up to make his face look all spooky. Plus I got some green LED lighting down there inside the barrel to give it that nice glow. Following that year was my personal favorite year, the Psycho Circus. Welcome to the circus, right this way. But as you can see, this is no normal circus. This is the Psycho Circus. Now, if you haven't been watching for a very long time, the reason this was my favorite year is because it was the year that I got engaged to the love of my life on Halloween night. So that year definitely holds a very special place in my heart. So over here, I have the sign that I had made as the entrance to the circus hanging over the door. Over here I have the ticket booth, which to this day is one of my favorite props that I ever made. Sadly, it did get a little bit damaged in the move. One of the light bulbs broke. The sign itself actually broke. That had to be glued back into place, and it's not very perfect, and there's a bunch of other little like dings and scratches. But for the most part, it held up pretty well. I've got my skeleton ticket taker in there. We have our props from that year, my ringmaster cane and Emily's spiked bat that she was carrying around. And this is something else that I mentioned in the update video last month, but the red and white striped wall that we made, sadly I was not able to keep most of that. It was just too big to try and move. There was no way to really keep it here, but seeing as how that was such a big year, I cut out a piece of that wall and framed it and have it hung up here along with all the other circus stuff. It's a nice little setup, I think. And then that brings us to last year, which was the Masquerade Ball. Here we have the piano that I built that was in the ballroom. Although this is not actually the original keyboard. I don't have the keyboard that I originally used anymore. We actually found this one on the side of the road a couple weeks ago here in the new neighborhood. It doesn't quite fit. It has like these awkward gaps here, but you know, at first glance, it doesn't look too bad. Then I just put some other like wall decoration stuff around it to give it a classy, spooky look to it. The one thing I do want to do, I mentioned how I'm always terrible with cable management over there. I really want to like, I don't know, paint these cables orange or something so that they'll kind of blend in with the wall a little bit better so that you won't see those jutting out from behind the piano. That kind of irks me a little bit. And then I got a Dracula novel here, which is, I thought it just kind of tied the whole piece together. Has bat wings and stuff on the side. And I'm a simple man. If it has bats on it, I love it. So that's all the main attractions, I guess. Obviously I have other things kind of dispersed throughout. We've got some of the tombstones that I made over the years. We got the Grim Reaper standing there in the corner. Oh, I just realized he's actually still wearing this ribbon that I won at an ugly Christmas sweater contest a few years back. Whoops. Got some more gravestones and stuff over here. Got our skeleton resting down next to the scarecrow. So, there you have it. That is the tour of my new Halloween studio. Let's call it that. Let's call it the Halloween studio rather than Halloween / studio. So, you guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm looking forward to your feedback on it because it feels pretty good to finally have all the stuff put together. Because if I can't make new Halloween stuff, I at least want to bask in the glory of my old Halloween stuff. So, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.